Greetings! This is Josh coming at you from the light within. This will be like the third time I tried to shoot this, but I got a good feeling about this one. So, the topic I wanted to go over today comes from an insight that I had a few days ago, and it really simplifies why health is so important. You know, maybe you're looking for a reason for why you should incorporate yoga or plant-based food or walking in nature, listening to amazing tones. All these things are topics of health. And some of us don't really have a reason as to why we should be doing these things. We're enjoying the life we're living right now. But maybe some of us are looking for more. So that's kind of why I'm here to simplify this insight I had while I was on some psychedelics. I had set the intention a few days ago after doing quite a heavy dose of psilocybin, which is magic mushrooms. And when I did this, I set the intention that I wanted to know the purpose of life itself, why and what the next step was, why I should be, doing anything, really. Sometimes you get lost and you just need to ask for help. So I set this intention after doing these psychedelics, and what happened was I went for a little walk after about an hour of taking them, and after about 15 minutes of walking, I had the urge to stop where I was. I was in a field there was trees around, there was snow, there was grass. I had the urge to stop, and when I stopped, I kneeled down and gave myself a hug, and that's when things started getting real crazy. Everything kind of started getting wavy, and my whole being, as I know it, faded away into a place of unity, into a place of nothingness. If you're into science, there's what they call the Big Bang, and that's when, from a place of unity, everything started expanding. It wasn't necessarily a huge bang, I don't think. It was more like a little spark. But anyways, after I got to this place, what I realized was that I wanted to be more than just nothing. There was a spark that went off that said, create. And all of a sudden, I open my eyes, and I'm in a body surrounded by trees and grass and snow. It was the same as when I went into this, but it was a spark that wanted to create. And there I was. I was a creation. It was it was amazing. It was really cool, and I hope this reaches out to you, even though maybe you haven't done any psychedelics. That's okay. That's kind of why I came to this realization, was so I could share it here. And what I realized after looking around a little bit, I was still kind of giving myself a hug. This was really intense, but I realized that everything in creation came from that spark. It all just came from a spark that wanted to be something. And the biggest thing I want to go over right now is all about relationships. because the relationship between you and everything around you plays a big part onto how you feel, how you react to situations. You know, all your experiences were just different relationships that were formed over your life. You know, you formed a relationship with your parents as soon as you came into being. As soon as your cells started dividing in your mother, you started that relationship with her. And the biggest thing I want to go over on relationships is that, a good example of a relationship could be your internal relationship throughout your body. You know, your heart has a relationship with the blood, and you know, your stomach, your heart and your lungs kind of have a relationship with each other. Your lungs filter out the oxygen. They take the oxygen out of the air and feed it to your heart, which then pumps your blood throughout your body. That's an amazing relationship going on that a lot of us aren't even really aware of. And I'm here to bring it into the light, I guess. But another good relationship, another relationship I want to go over, you know, a connection we have is to the food we eat. Because they are creations too, you know, like apples, mangoes, oranges, bananas, fruits in general, kale, spinach, broccoli, cauliflower, mushrooms. There's so many species of plants out there, and we get the option to eat them. So we're forming a relationship with another part of creation that is plants. And it's that relationship with plants that have brought a lot of people to really profound experiences. Like if you think about magic mushrooms, for example, or ayahuasca, which is dimethyltryptamine, DMT, and that's a very, very introspective drug is what they call it, but I like to think of it as more of a plant medicine. And we're creating a relationship with plants and living codependently with them. It's an amazing thing. So forming that relationship with plants inside your body is a very elegant thing you can do. And another way to form a relationship with your body is to do yoga. See, this is all part of creation. Going back to the spark, you know, like the spark within us wants to create relationships with everything else. It's all a part of creation, and yoga is forming a relationship with your body, with the movement and your breath. And that's always creating new pathways in your brain. It's an amazing thing. I actually heard yesterday, again, that when we visualize things and we incorporate, you know, sight, touch, sound, the more we incorporate those other things into our visualizations, the more connections are actually made in our brain. And there's trillions of connections that can be made in your brain. It's an amazing thing. I love my brain and my body. Another relationship you can form is with, you know, animals. And I think the best way to form a relationship with an animal is to pet it, to look it in the eyes, to, you know, tell it that you're grateful for its existence, I guess. I mean, you can eat them, but I think a lot of the animal industry, even a lot of the plant industry, you know, when they spray it with pesticides or when they cramp the animals up, none of that stuff is truly going to bring you to the highest place possible. But plants is a little more pure than animals because they are living still when they go inside of you. You have to actually kill an animal to be able to eat it, and then you've got to cook it as well. I mean, I'm not putting down meat eaters at all, because I eat it every once in a while in social places, but I've come to this realization that everything's a creation, and if we want to live our highest purpose, we should only put the most elegant forms of creation inside of us. Another relationship you can form is with nature. When you walk out in nature, you're naturally forming a relationship with a very elegant thing, something that, already knows what to do. And it's so amazing the way that trees form a relationship with the ground, put down its roots and get its nutrition from the ground, and it grows up towards the light. I think that's kind of what we're doing too, because if we're getting nutrition from, say, plants, we're getting our nutrition from down below, and the being out in sunlight has been shown to be very, very relaxing. It can cure depression with all the vitamins and minerals that the sun's giving off. So another amazing relationship we can form is with the sun, with UV rays and all that fun stuff. I'm saying relationship a lot and creation a lot, but creation is a mix of relationships, in a sense. That's all it is. It's simple, right? But yet so complex, because you look around and there's so many things that creation has done. Just like, I think, like the fourth, fifth, sixth dimensions, all these different dimensions that people talk about have got to be real, because people have been there. It's just another expansion of creation itself. Another relationship I guess you can form is with crystals. There's lots of crystals that get formed inside the earth, and they're such amazing things. This is some amethyst right here, and it's just clear quartz that refracts the sun into 7 different colors, but this one took on the color of purple. And this one is also quartz, but it's rose quartz, and it took on this pink color, and it is said to vibrate on the frequency of love. Another relationship you can form is with vibration and frequencies. There's a bunch of different frequencies: 528 hertz, 639 hertz, 432 hertz. These are all said to be the frequencies of creation itself. So listening to them, naturally you will find an inner peace. And meditation's also another good relationship you can form, because it brings you inwards. It helps you focus on your breath. And I believe our breath is such a powerful form of meditation, because it's always there for us. You're always breathing, right? Right? Always breathing. Anyways, I'm just trying to keep you interested, because I know listening to someone talking can be a little boring sometimes if you're not really feeling it. And really, as I make more and more videos, I'm gonna be putting things like that into the middle of them, just to keep you interested, because some people can't listen for that long, and I get it. I got a short attention span as well. So if you've watched up until now, that's amazing. If you're following, that's amazing. That's what I'm hoping for. This is the 3rd time trying to make this video. My last video, I had some really good stuff put in there, pretty much the same stuff, but in a little bit of a different order. I don't do this stuff written on a piece of paper or anything. But my phone ran out of storage, so I cleared some storage, and I really hope it's still going. I think I pretty much covered everything, but to summarize, there is a simple spark of creation that makes everything that is. And you forming a relationship with your body, with yoga, with food, forming a relationship with anything that's outside of you, whether it be nature or the people you have around you, is another big part of this too, because you can surround yourself with a bunch of negative people, and that's pretty much how your life's going to flow, is in a negative state, because that's all you're hearing. Same with the negative type music. I mean, sometimes it is good to let out some negative energy with music, as long as that's not what's inhabiting your life entirely, right? Like you can do whatever you want, because creation is going to naturally want to experience every possibility. So I'm not telling you have to do this or you have to do that, but this should give you a little more of a deeper understanding of why we should be doing these things, why we should be forming relationships with plants, because plants are amazing. They just know what to do. Same with animals, but I like them better alive, personally. You know, forming a relationship with yoga, movements, and your breath, meditation. All these wonderful things. Walking barefoot in nature is also an amazing thing. I want to end this video with some ohms, some vibrations that I'm going to make, and you can follow right along. We're going to ohm with love. Here we go. Deep breath in. I hope this video is still recording. Big breath in. I love you. I love you too. One more here. Big breath in. I hope you like the video. I will post more in the future. Please subscribe and comment if you liked it. Namaste.